previously on Big Brother.
The Cameron a little bit. He is on the block. I'm sure they're talking game. I mean, it's just them right now. Couldn't see why not. They're talking. I bet you anything they're trying to figure out. Okay, maybe you should throw it. Alright, welcome to the veto comp. So this veto comp is a basketball. They're going to be playing some hoops, a challenge of hoops. Whoever wins the challenge wins the veto. Very simple. Johnny, on the other hand, did win. It was like, hey, let's make a deal. Which means Penny Pizzazz is going to be up on the block. This veto meeting is adjourned. Hello, welcome back to another Fabulous channel on my channel. I'm Jacob is here, and today we're playing Big Brother Season 2 Townies. This episode is all about eviction and leading up to eviction. I will mention I'm cutting out a lot of different conversations that are super important that could be very much leading into the big moments for eviction this evening. So if you want to see those moments, you do need to click on the live feed, which is linked down below. Every episode has one except for the first episode of the season. They're always linked down below, and you have to click on that link. That being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it and get into those conversations and get into the head. I'm very excited, so let's go ahead and do it. Oh, I do wonder if she's mad at her finals. There's another person from the side of the house that could be going home, and now Johnny working both sides pretty thoroughly, in my opinion. Also concerning. I will say before we get started, there is now a rock climbing wall. I can't really disclose why that is there, but obviously we know that we are going to start to move towards the next set of skills for the next competition. Next week is kind of like athletic, not directly, but it's kind of like it. Then I also changed the HOH room. I'm going to pause the game because I don't want to have any conversations on being had. I changed the HOH room. We got a brand new kit on the day that I'm filming this, and I really wanted to use the picture frame TV, new vanity, which I think is so much better than the old vanities, and then the new bed and a few of the little objects that it comes with and things. Katarina's outside. I feel like Katarina might feel a little betrayed because she's been kicked out of the room, which means she is what we would call a J of the house. A floater, someone who doesn't really have a lot of friends. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think Penny has a lot of friends either. Not great. So it really is all going to depend on who has more friends. Obviously, for Penny and Jay, particularly, I recommend going and fighting for your life as hard as possible. I personally don't know if I'm like, let's go Penny, let's hope Penny wins or anything like that. I only say this because Penny's never been like one of my favorite characters. I've enjoyed Penny in the past, and I'd be curious to see what a Penny HOH would look like. For sure. I think Katarina's the oddball in my game at the moment. I think that's who I want to see it. Jay stays. I'd also love to see Jay take home the comp and see if he would get revenge. Also, not a bad idea to build up that the cooking skill is a very important skill. It will come up later if you make it to that point in the game. Cameron, who's having a pretty tense conversation with the noms, doesn't necessarily look like Penny is. I guess Penny's having a negative relationship with Jay, which I'd actually say is pretty much the conversation that Jay normally has, is a negative conversation. Our hope this week is that it does run on a tie if we want to keep her. If we don't care, then it does not matter. Johnny's walking to somewhere. Oh, see, this is what I'm talking about. This right here. I have a strong feeling Johnny is pulling her off to the side. They're going to have a conversation where no one can see them. That's important to take note of. Oh my god, our first hug. I think he's apologizing for not throwing the comp because he definitely won that thing, which did not work in their favor. I have a strong feeling that's what they're talking about right now. I have no doubt in my mind because he was pulled aside specifically by Corey, but Johnny could be working both sides, kind of like how we have Penny working both, the two different groups and stuff, because Johnny and Corey were originally not allies. Then, Penny was the difference there. Jay's making more drinks. Told you that man had a problem. Yeah, that's probably because it's not very sustainable to sleep in a hot tub. It's just my opinion. Johnny and Corey are now talking. I would have to wonder if they're talking about a very similar thing that Penny and her talked about. Actually, Penny and Cameron were talking. I wonder about what? Trying to make some deals? Doing a little fighting for their... Oh, I guess she's fighting for her life. Also, these are the people that should not be talking. Like, build your friendships, right? It could take you in the long game, but these are not the long games. Yeah, Katarina, come in here and add to the conversation. I feel like this is a good conversation to have for sure. Just because, they all can be building off one another's relationships, and they could, and it makes it a more interesting little eviction night. I actually personally don't really think the house is going to sway together, I should say. I do think it's going to be a little bit more divided. Oh my god, there's romance between Corey and Dawn. That's an interesting development if I've ever said something. I would have to say this is the most flirty season we've done so far. I probably did know. I probably just, forgot. I am sorry, what? I want to know if that brought any type of romantic... We will know if there's any romantic pairing from the... I've never seen a rose give out before, outside of, the dating game. Which, I have a question. Would you be interested in a Bachelor type of competition on this channel as, one of these series? I've done Bachelor before. I've done it on my Twitch. I sometimes have my sim if I'm not sure who I want them to date by the time they're an adult. Join a Bachelor competition. It's a crazy situation, but it does happen. Try to be a little bit more vague so it's more interesting when they happen. Like next week's HOH, I don't know how to describe to you. It's just going to happen. Yeah, you have to pee really bad. How about you go play the guitar? A little love triangle is forming, and I'd like to see the involvement of that. What would that mean? How would that change the game? All these questions I think are very important to me, and so I am really rooting for Jay to go home. This is where I'm at with the love triangle angle though, because this is interesting. Super intrigued. It could have been born and killed in the same day. Everybody is flirting with everybody. Another hug. More flirting. And another hug. Penny and Jay. Penny and Don. Penny and Corey. You guys see what's the word I'm looking for? A relatively same cause here. Yeah, that would be Penny. Not Petty. Penny. And everybody's outside. Okay, now they're talking again. That could have been a close ally if they weren't sitting on the block. Or anybody who goes out this week. Jay, I'm really curious about his stats. And we can't see the stats out from leaving. I don't think Penny was personally talking. Actually, they're flirting. Never mind. I take it back. Talking is happening. Dawn and them are flirting. I don't know if they're flirting right now, but maybe Penny sensed it and was like, oh, no, that's my man, bitch. She's like, you're my woman, too. Love triangles. I guess I'll just replace it because they're, literally just... Oh, well, negatives? Oh, some negatives? No, you want positives, Dawn. Go ahead and put your comments in the comments of where you guys do you think it's gonna go home. If you think it's gonna be either Penny or Jay, and what you think the vote will be like. It can be a tie, so you can say a tie. And you can always put down you think Cameron's gonna vote out Jay, or you think Cameron's gonna vote out whoever. This is one of the weeks that it could be a tie. Next week it cannot be. Penny is using her talents of persuasion to maybe pull Dawn in to switch sides. Katarina's a little bit on the mixed bag. I feel like Cameron might be the next target. Honestly, I really don't know who the next target is. That one really depends on who the HOH is going to end up being, right? I'll see you guys all on the couch. I'll be back. All right. Welcome to week 2's eviction. The way this works, if we come down to a tie, then I will vote the person out. Me and Cameron. That's what I'm talking is. And if we don't, then... that person will be voted out. Starting with the first one going down the list, we have good old Dawn over here. Once again, I'm only going to be showing you guys the relationship panels of the two. I can see the whole thing, but you cannot. With Penny. He does have a relationship, a friendship of 7 and a romance of 8. Oh my god. Oh, I want Penny to stay. But a J of 19. Now the question is, do we combine the score? So 8 plus 7 still doesn't give her enough points. It brings us up to a 15, which I think J was a 19. So that is 1 vote against Penny, her lover. Corey, on the other hand, obviously has been really well known to being super duper close with the ally being Penny. So let's see if that's still the case. So we have Penny, which is a 67. One of her closest ally in the game. I mean, she definitely does not want to be voting against, probably. Then Jay at 37, another looks like close ally in the game. So Corey is definitely going to be missing somebody tonight. But that's 1 vote Penny, 1 vote Corey. Going down the line, skipping the HOHs, we have Katarina. Katarina has basically been playing a solo game for the most part of the game. This will be a great determination. And that is 10 for Jay and 20 for Penny, which means it's 2 votes Jay, 1 vote Penny. Johnny has been famously close to Penny the most. I would say that it's his top ally in the game, and so it would be shocking if he wants to keep her. Let's find out. He has a 62 with Penny, another high relationship in the house, and a 6 with Jay, which means that it is 3 votes against Jay and 1 vote against Penny, which means, let's break the news, Jay, who, not gonna lie, you do kind of look a little worried, deservedly so, as you have been voted out of the Big Brother house. Essentially what's going to happen here is we're going to go ahead and have him stand on up teleport him out of the house. And we're gonna run through stats. If you guys don't know what stats are, you guys don't know care, or if you guys don't know or care about stats, are we're gonna go through all the relationship panels, see how close he was with everybody in the house, see if he's playing a good game or a bad game, and also going through the skills. And if he was once again playing a good game or a bad game, then he'll be let go onto his own for some time until we see him again for the finale. That being said, I was going to talk about stats. If not, if you guys don't care about that, I'll see you guys all next week, next Sunday for the episode for week 3. Let's go ahead and start. All right, Calrian, he had a whopping 10. Penny, he had a 48 in building a romantic relationship. Corey is a 37. Johnny is a 6. Cameron is an 8 and Adana is 19. So his closest allies are Penny and Corey, and so I'm assuming it was a quad. Penny and Corey and Johnny being those people who are grouped together. Johnny is, I think, playing the most social game so far, it seems like. Now looking at his skills, he has a fitness level 6, which is really not that shocking because everybody's doing fitness in his house and he's been running on a treadmill for days. Cooking level 3, mixology level 2, also I think he is the highest mixology level skill. Logic level 2, guitar level 2, programming level 2, photography level 1, and comedy level 1, and basically 0 charisma. Which, you know what, actually I think really fits. I think he is quite sad to be leaving the house. And then lastly, the last thing we have to do is we have to come over here. This is Jay's picture, and we are going to set the filter to black and white. That does mean, ending on this frame right here, 2 of the house cats are voted out, which does mean 6 are left. And I'm particularly looking forward to the HOH comp. I hope you guys are too. It's going to be a really fun one. I'm really curious to see how it goes. I have to come up with the exact rules for it, but I'm very, very excited. So I'll talk to you guys all next time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye.